we have another guest we are welcoming to the mic, and we're excited because it has been an exciting week. They just clinched a playoff spot. The Philadelphia Union. We had the head coach, Mr. Jim Curtin, with us this morning. All right, we're going to get Jim in place. Wait, he brought some gifts for us.
Oh, my God.
Hey! Yeah, yes.
That's awesome.
Sons of Ben over there that are screaming, I guess. Hey, Jim, how you doing?
How you doing, guys? Thanks for having me. We have gifts for everybody. I just could only carry those two.
That's awesome.
Dude, these are great. These are sweat jackets. These are, what do you call these?
Jackets?
Jackets.
Or warm-up jackets.
Warm-up jacket. Thank you. I don't know what.
I think the technical term is anthem jackets. So when they wear when they have the national anthem, they wear those during that. Then they take them off, and then it's ready to go.
Preston, I got an evening gown.
Yeah. I got to admit.
Beautiful.
When I saw them come up to the stage, I was like, wow, those are gorgeous. And then when they only had two of them, I got super jealous because I really love the way they look. So I'm now super happy.
All right.
Thank you, Mr.
We got you.
Head coach.
Listen, Coach, we know you only have a certain amount of time because you got to get going, but I wanted to try something today. We're actually gonna hook you up with our next guest.
Great.
We're going to play a game with you guys, and then we're going to let you go, and then we're going to interview our next guest.
Great.
Because you got to get out of here. So,
awesome.
Marissa, if you're ready to bring our next guest in, yes, she is one of our all-time favorites. She has been joining us for years and years. Ladies and gentlemen, from The Office fame, Kate Flannery is here with us this morning. And she brought, what is that, a case of beer with you? Rolling Rock!
She's so charitable.
You're the best. Okay. She's always talking about Rolling Rock, her favorite beer. So she brought a case of it. Oh my God! So let's have her. You can, if you want to remove your mask, you can.
You're more than welcome to whatever you want.
Or you can keep it on.
My stunt double. No.
Kate Flannery.
Yeah.
How are you doing, dear?
I'm better now. I got some ponies, hon.
Ponies.
Pony. Walking to ponies.
I love
you
it.
guys, right?
Aw.
You're not driving. Am I right? I mean, I saw the RV. Nobody's getting behind that
That's
thing,
right.
Not
Yes.
going anywhere.
Awesome.
It is great to see you. Why are you in town? You here for?
You know what? I'm in town always to see my dad, but I'm speaking at Muhlenberg College last week. For some reason, they wanted me to speak to the students, and yeah, we had a great Q&A. And
Nice.
Doesn't it always
Allentown.
stun you when they invite you to talk in?
Always.
Like one time they had us come out and talk to it was some sort of kids at risk or something, and I'm like,
God.
and they hated us the second we walked.
It was a detention
center
that we went to.
Like,
oh my
what
God!
Are we doing
I
here?
was terrified.
Yeah, right by the Grand River Mall. Do you
Yes.
remember that
Yeah,
place?
yeah.
Oh my God!
scared straight, you guys.
Yeah,
right?
we ended up never.
Oh, we
wanting to go.
terrified.
They were scared straight.
Yeah,
That's what I mean,
we're
right?
terrified. All right, so Kate, here's what we're gonna do. This is Jim Curtin, by the way, coach of Philadelphia Union.
We were hanging backstage.
We were.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So
Way
we're
back.
gonna he's got to get going. But I wanted to play a game with you guys. We always like to have a contest of some type with our guests. So we're gonna play. Case, do you have the music for the contest?
Probably should.
I didn't even think about that. But you know the classic game, the $10,000 pyramid, or
You played, right?
$25,000.
Yes, I played it with Strahan a couple years ago.
Exactly. So we're going to play a game of pyramid this morning on the Preston and Steve Show. There it is. All right, and so the way this is going to work, I am going to give you guys some categories. We will start with Jim. I'm going to name these categories, and then I will feed you guys the clues. It'll just be easier that way. So I'll be your clue giver. I'm a decent clue giver, and then we'll total up the points, and whoever has the most points will end up being our winner. And we'll give you a bottle of water or something. I don't know. All right.
Yes.
Here are the categories. All right, they are as follows. And Jim, you'll get to choose one. That's a big bush you have there. How about a pearl necklace? We also have, we've got a squirter.
And they're not what you think. They're all sexual.
No. I love oral. Let me show you my nuts. He can bang all night, or probe to penetrate your anus. Which one do you want, Jim?
Poor Jim.
Which one stood out to you?
You're both talking about going to Catholic school, so continue.
Yeah,
Jim.
exactly.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Everyone's listening.
Give me those again. No, I'm just kidding. I'll take the last one.
All right, the last one. Probe to penetrate your anus. Penetrate? I like it.
Penetrate is a NASA term.
All right, so these are things that have to do with the space program.
Okay, I'm going to struggle
See
here.
what we did there?
It's not sexual at all.
Not at all. All right, 30 seconds on the clock, Casey.
30? All
It's 30 seconds. All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, and on your mark, get set, and go. This is one of these exploded one time. It was
Asteroid?
No, it was a rocket that they sent up, and then it was
Spaceship?
It was the space.
SpaceX.
Looks like a plane. No, it exploded. Next
Shuttle.
one. All right, shuttle. I got it. All right.
Thank you.
This is what takes the astronauts up into the air.
Rocket.
Yes, you got it. All right, and when you go around the Earth, you are in
Orbit.
That is correct. This is where they actually take off from.
Launching pad.
That's correct. Yes. These are things like a GPS is on it. It circles.
Satellite.
Yes, you got it.
He got it. He got it.
1, 2, 3, 4,
struggled.
5. So 5. That's not bad.
Right.
And
That's not bad.
one for Kate.
All right, Kate. That's a big bush you have there.
Hey, my father's listening.
How about a pearl necklace? He can bang all night. We've got a squirter. I love oral, or let me show you my nuts.
Pearl necklace.
Pearl necklace.
I'm a lady.
A lady.
All right, so how about a pearl necklace? And that category is things that have to do with jewelry. Things that have to do
See, I knew it.
with jewelry. All right, 30 seconds on the clock, and let's begin. These are the most expensive gems.
Diamonds.
That's correct, yes. When you give someone you want to marry them, you give them a
Engagement ring.
That is correct. This fits around your wrist.
Bracelet.
That is correct, yes. You wear these on your lobes.
Earrings.
That is correct. And you measure diamonds in.
Carrots.
That's correct, yes. This is a green gem.
Emerald.
That is correct. And a small diamond earring would be called a.
Stud.
Yes!
Wow.
Destroyed me.
That's how
Sorry.
it's done.
Anybody at Jewelers Row, if you want me to promote your business, I'm happy to represent.
Well, Steven Singer. Yeah.
7 to 5. Are you keeping
Yes.
score over there, Nick? All right, thank you. All right, so back to the categories, Jim. Here we go. That's a big bush you have there. He can bang all night. We've got a squirter. I love oral, or let me show you my nuts.
I'll do he can bang all night.
He can
There we go.
bang all night.
That's
All
what
right.
I would have chosen.
That'll never
So-
be taken out of context, Jim.
That category is things associated with drummers.
Oh no, I'm in trouble
Nah,
again.
I think you'll be all right. These are easy. Things associated with drummers. He can bang all night. 30 seconds, and let's begin. So they hit the drums with.
Sticks.
Yes, correct. All right, this is metal, and it goes ting, ting, ting. You hit it.
Cymbal.
An animal. No, that's not it. An animal might wear it around its neck out in the field.
Bell.
Cowbell. We'll give it
Cowbell.
to you. All right. This is the thing you said before. You hit them. They're metal.
Cymbals.
Yes, that's correct. You keep the
Rhythm. Beat.
beat. You got it. All right. And you go to a show. It's where everybody attends.
Concert.
Yes, that's correct. These you hit with your hands. You
Bongos.
Yes, absolutely. This is the big drum you hit with your foot.
Snare. Oh shoot. The bass.
Face up. You got it.
Well
How
done.
did that just come to you at the last minute?
Sign language.
7 for Jim.
Sign language that you speak. It's the best, most effective.
All right. Let's go back to Kate, and this will be the last one we
All
do.
right,
We'll do two
it's tight
categories each.
now.
All right. What's the score, by the way, Nick?
It is, Jim currently has 12 and Kate has 7, so we'll see how she does in this round.
To be honest,
better
Jim,
than 5.
you got to stop helping Kate on this. Because
I will.
All right, so the final categories. That's a big bush you have there. We've got a squirter. I love oral, or let me show you my nuts.
Let me show you my nuts.
All right, let me show you my nuts. And that is varieties of nuts.
Oh,
it's not
Varieties
sexual.
Of nuts. All right, you ready?
This is going to be hard.
Let's begin. All right, these are kind of a crescent shape. They're small.
cashews.
That's correct, yes. These are sometimes a red shell.
pistachios.
That is correct, yes. These are large like this, and you put two in your hand, you can crack them together.
Walnuts.
That's correct, yes. You eat these at the ballpark all the time.
Peanuts.
Yeah. These are, Nutella is made out of these.
Hazelnut.
Yes. This is a southern nut. You make a pie out of
Pecan.
it. Yeah.
Pecan.
And these you find in Hawaii. They are
macadamia.
Yes.
Wow.
Hey,
I'll
you
tell you
guys-
what.
You must have rocked Strahan's world.
Preston is really good at
You
giving.
guys.
Yeah.
And also, I just did an episode of Magnum PI, so
You were just in
I
Hawaii.
had macadamia nuts coming out.
There you go.
Wazoo.
I had nuts coming out my ass.
Actually, that's how I was paid. I was paid in nuts.
All right. With that, Jim, you're a good sport. We want to thank you for being here this morning. Here at the Camp Out for Hunger.
Thanks so much for having me, guys, and keep up the great work.
Head coach of the Philadelphia Union, Jim Curtin. He's doing a round of applause.
He's a good man.
I appreciate this.
You want me to mention Bimbo?
Well, yeah, because that was a Camp Out for Hunger game. So this is a read for the Camp Out. Hunger Games.
And Bimbo is a longtime sponsor of the union.
They still are.
And it's brought to you today, by the way, Sara Lee Artisano with their thick slices and irresistibly soft texture. Sara Lee Artisano bread makes the sandwich, always baked without artificial flavors, colors, and preservatives. Artisano is a delicious way to make the routine remarkable. Kate was just telling me all this stuff.
Something.
Visit your local grocery store to pick up Sara Lee Artisano bread today.
This is my favorite freak. Nick, are you a fan of this bread?
Love
this
it.
bread is so awesome.
And it's
not
made
even
locally.
kidding. I love it.
All right. With that done, Kate, how the hell are you?
I'm fantastic. I got a case of ponies. We haven't even cracked up the Rolling Rock.
Oh, well, you tear into it. Go ahead.
Now, you know what? I'm driving, but
Are
you guys are staying put. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, when you come around, you don't get a car service. You don't have like you're sitting in the back of a Rolls or something.
I'm driving a 78 Impala. It's been in the family for years.
78 Impala.
No.
Kate, I love following you on social media. You've had a really eventful last few months, and I'm so glad. I reached out to see if you might be around for Camp Out, and here you are, which is fantastic.
I know this is my first time I'm actually technically here, because
And
last year I was here with Jenna and Angela, but
Yeah,
it's
yes,
only virtual.
Instagram Live with you last year, but I want to ask you right off the bat, what was Alaska like? Because you got to tour there with Jane Lynch, and that looked so cool.
It was really awesome, and luckily, thanks to global warming, it was snowing already in September, and it usually doesn't. And then I actually got to shoot an independent film in Homer, Alaska, which is where all the Alaskans go for vacation. And it looks like every place you look, it looks like a storybook. It's fantastic.
I am familiar with this. I was just watching a documentary about that area, and it is, no matter where you look, it looks like a classic postcard shot of Alaska.
And there's one great bar, the Salty Dog. Tell them I sent you.
They know you there.
Actually, I was working so hard. I cannot party when I'm on the road. Like, I'm getting so old. Like, I have to keep it together. Jane Lynch will kill me if I don't have my shit together.
Here we go. There we go.
There it was.
Yeah.
The
There's
Flannery
our first
switch
curse.
back at the radio station is being pushed as we speak.
Alaska, by the way, my wife and I took a trip years ago when we first got married to Alaska, and I still contend it may be the greatest vacation we ever took. It is, you've got to get to it to really believe, because you just said, no, that place, that can't exist.
Right.
It can't look that way in real life, and it looks even more amazing.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 49th state, baby. I'm just saying, if you're on your way on the Black Horse Pike to the shore and you're at the diner and you get the placemat, check it off the list. Right? Check it off the map, right?
Exactly.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, so Jane Lynch, you and the crew are doing a swinging little Christmas.
Yes.
Back here in Philly. I'm so excited about that.
Yes, we'll be in Wilmington December 2nd at the Grand Opera House, and then we'll be in Philly at the City Winery on, I think it's Sunday, December 13th.
We finally get the chance to see it.
2 shows. Yeah, we're doing 2 shows. Yeah, we're doing lunch and dinner.
There we go. Awesome.
That's excellent. And so it's the two of you. You have a piano accompaniment.
We have a 5-piece band, the Tony Guerrero Quintet. They're awesome. They're jazz band. They're great. But you guys, it's not a hostage situation. I promise.
So wait, that's Jane Lynch is going to be here too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so December 12th is my daughter's sweet 16.
Hey.
And she loves Glee and she loves The Office.
Is she 21? I don't know. Maybe you don't have to be 21 to be in.
I'll just get her a fake ID.
Okay.
Yeah.
What am I saying? Right.
Honestly.
I know a place in Seattle. That was back in the 80s. I'm sorry.
I may have to
Never
bring
mind.
her to the show.
Were you a fake ID user back in the day?
I was. I got caught too.
All right,
That's-
and
you
how
did?
All right, so how did you use someone else's ID or did you try to doctor it?
My older sisters and I still tried to doctor it like a dummy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we had, and I actually didn't do this because I had a different fake ID, but there was a guy who came to our campus with New Jersey IDs, and like everybody in my fraternity house had it was like $100 or whatever. They had to stagger when they would go to the Trap Tavern because everybody had the same address in New Jersey. Like, that was the only thing.
Jersey was the easiest way to get a fake ID because you could actually take somebody else's birth certificate over to Jersey. So all of my friends had legit Jersey IDs just with somebody else's name.
Isn't that crazy?
Is that crazy?
I had somebody that looked like me, Dawn Durr, and I.
Dawn Durr?
Yep, that was her name.
Dawn Durr in Preston.
My boyfriend found it at a bar and handed it to me. He's like, "This could totally, you could pass as this girl." I used it for years.
Dropped from the heavens into your lap.
Yeah, your boyfriend just found it?
Yeah, it was like the girl probably dropped it on the floor, whatever. He picked it up.
Another
like,
responsible drinker in New Jersey. That's fantastic.
God.
These poor kids in Jersey could never get into a bar.
Well, there was someone, and we've talked about this before, who, and I didn't get one of these, but they actually made a placard, which was huge,
right.
and you would stand in front of it, and it was a Missouri driver's license. You would stand in front of it and take a picture, and then cut it out and laminate it, and because it was back when they was laminated driver's license. And that was what they would use. I didn't have the balls to do it. I didn't want to get in trouble.
I understand.
You know?
But you probably wanted to get in trouble, Kate.
Actually, I'm the youngest of 7. I watched all my older siblings make all these stupid mistakes. I'm like, never doing that, never doing that. You could have gotten away with that, but you didn't think ahead of time.
Right.
I'm thinking.
Didn't your dad have a bar anyway?
Yeah, Flannery's Tavern. Although he was very strict about, he was strict.
Did you work in the bar?
I never worked in the bar.
Never worked in the bar.
Yeah, I was in Germantown, Flannery's Tavern since 1933. And, it was a big LaSalle University hangout in the 70s.
So it was a college bar?
Only on Thursday nights.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, you had to be an old man or, like, one woman at the bar.
I know the type. Oh, my God.
What's your name, sweetheart?
That's right. My dad had a code. If you cursed in front of any, like, if there was a woman in the bar and you cursed, he would make you apologize. So I get like, "Excuse me, Miss Flannery." I wasn't even listening, and I get like an apology.
So you never worked there by choice, or he wouldn't let you, or?
Yeah, my brother worked there. I think my one sister Eileen worked there for one summer, but other than that, and then my brother had a bar on 21st Street between Market and Chestnut, T.A. Flannery's.
I remember that.
And I filled in a few times. Yeah, and
Okay.
my dad worked there. Yeah, it was right before my dad stopped working 10 years ago at the age of 87. He's 97.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
The plan was to drop dead behind the bar. That didn't happen. I'm glad he's still here.
Right.
Thank God. But yeah, I know. I think that's what keeps people young. Right?
Yeah.
I just got a text from my friend Jen. She's African American. She said her fake ID was from West Virginia, and it said that she was Caucasian on her ID.
But was it a picture of her?
It was a picture of her.
But it said Caucasian.
That's amazing.
Well, you don't want to, you can't just presume.
Oh, my goodness. When you were, growing up, we were talking about you and being around the bar and all that.
Yes.
But how did acting enter your life?
I always wanted to be an actress. I wanted to audition for the TV show Zoom. I'm totally dating myself.
We love Zoom.
I actually had an audition, but my mom's like, "We're not going up there, and you have to live there." I'm like, "I could live with my piano teacher's cousin." I had like this whole plan.
Can you sing the song? Can you sing the theme song?
Zoom, 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 zoom. We're gonna zoom, zoom. Okay,
That's it?
But then I worked at Riverfront Dinner Theater when I was a senior in high school. I was in the show Bye Bye Birdie, so I felt like a child star because I got to leave every Wednesday after fourth period because I had a matinee.
Who did you play in Birdie?
I played Ursula, and they gave me a song for the movie, the theme song Bye Bye Birdie, because that character didn't have a song, so I got to sing.
That's awesome.
Yes, and we were entitled to the buffet when we had a matinee, but none of the cast members were entitled to the seafood Newburgh. Thank you very much.
You got that because, of course,
Yes.
Well, so musical theater and all this, and this show, obviously, with the Christmas shows, is right in your wheelhouse. It's what you...
It is, although I didn't do it for years. I just did things that made fun of it. Because when I got to Second City, we used to make fun of musicals, which was a blast.
I'm a massive fan. I do love musicals when they're done right.
Yes.
Of the recent crop, what musical has rocked your world?
The recent crap. Well, I mean, obviously Hamilton. It's very catchy, you guys. It's very catchy. No, it's amazing.
Did you see the movie Sing?
I did not see Sing. I got to see Sing. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm I'm always watching Turner Classic Movies.
Well, what's your favorite?
9-year-old woman.
What's your favorite classical musical?
Gypsy's one of them.
Singing in the Rain?
Singing in the Rain.
American in Paris?
Sure.
There we go.
Why not?
All right.
Yeah, any of the Fred Top Hat, any of the
Yes.
if they're funny, they have to be funny, right?
Yeah.
None of this Les Mis stuff. I'm miserable enough. Can't we just lighten
I'm
up
too
the
miserable.
mood? It's true.
Yeah, we just went to the touring Hamilton came through town a couple weeks ago.
So great, right?
Went to that. It was amazing.
Yeah, I'm friends with the guy that plays the King in the national tour, and I as an Irish guy, Rory O'Malley, great guy, and I think I did a benefit with him, so I got to. Anyway, that show it's beyond. I mean, I just love when they actually, they turn Philadelphia into a cool place, you guys. Hey,
Right.
in the room where it happens.
Right.
You don't want to be in the room where it happens, right?
Can you pull that off? Can you pull the real dramatic vocal stuff off if you need to?
I can, but please, it's so early, and
I'm not going to have you do it.
I have not had enough ponies.
You got to have a few beers first. So what was the biggest production you've done, musical wise, on stage? I mean,
You know what?
Besides Bye Bye Birdie when you were Ursula.
You know what? I did some shows in college, but I feel like theater. I mean, the only I did in New York, I did Love, Lost, and What I Wore, the Nora Ephron show.
Okay.
I actually did it in Philly too for a couple weeks. But other than that, I haven't done like big productions because I was in Chicago doing all the things that made fun of that
Sure,
stuff.
but it sounds like
at the Really Brady Bunch.
Sounds like you're being underused a little bit here. Yeah.
No, well, you know what? I could not sing without a wig on until Jane Lynch asked me. I swear to God, I was always in character. So she actually was like, "Be yourself," kind of. You know, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Be your dorky self, and we're going to do this.
I've always loved musical theater. My favorite is it's Annie, but close
love
second
Annie.
for me is Grease. And I always wanted to be in Grease, and I wanted to be Danny Zuko, and now here I am. I'm 46 years old, and that will never ever happen.
How do you know?
But I was thinking, wouldn't that be funny to have a production of Grease where everybody's just old, right?
Wasn't that the original though? Weren't they all like?
You're right. You're right.
Stocker Channing was
like 42.
61. Yeah.
Not a 61. Unbelievable. They brought out the ghost of Eve Harden and Sid Caesar. They're like, let's unbury him. I don't know.
Yeah. Who was the most talented musically on The Office? Was it Craig Robinson? Was it Ed Helms? Or you?
It's a toss-up because Craig Robinson is super he is a musical genius.
Yeah,
he can play
tours.
anything. Yeah, he has a band called the Nasty Delicious, they are both.
They were just here.
Yes.
The Hall Notes
I
had
heard.
a
Yes, he opened for Hall Notes, which was one of my favorite bands in high school. So I think I would have exploded if I was there. Yes.
I love when Ed Helms would bust out the banjo.
So he's a great musician. He's a great banjo player. I've actually done a lot of live shows with him, a lot of benefits. He's amazing.
Does it amaze you again? We've talked about this a number of times that the Office juggernaut still continues.
It's insane. We were the #1 show watched during the pandemic, you guys. You're welcome. But seriously, I mean, I get recognized. I still get recognized by the back of my head. It's like, even with 47 masks, I'm hiding. Can't hide.
It's crazy. And also, the voice is very recognizable, so that's got to be pretty...
I'm so shy. But no, it's awesome. And I feel like the fandom has only grown. And I feel like between things like Cameo and a lot of we've done like some charity stuff through Zoom and some fan stuff, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, your Cameo's very, very popular. I was reading an article about best bang for your buck, like who gets the most requests, but who doesn't charge an outrageous amount.
Right.
And you were in that list of top 25 in the country.
I know. I'm really proud of that because a lot of times people relate to our show, and I feel like sometimes people go through really hard times and they want a message from somebody from the office, and I'm really happy to represent. So, because I know comedy is the best medicine. I mean, that's but it really is. It really heals, and I'm so proud to be a part of something that people actually give a crap about.
It's funny, because honestly, when you do get that, it's a way to sort of reach out and get a little video from somebody, and some people phone it in, and you don't, which is cool.
No, I actually learned to play the theme to The Office on the piano during the pandemic, and sometimes I play it just because I'm sick of the sound of my own voice.
Right.
Let's just let the piano do the music for you.
Do you keep in touch with Creed Bratton, because he's a musician as well?
I do. He's actually on the road right now.
Is he? Yeah, he has a new record out, I think.
He does.
And
he does.
It's Grassroots or something like that.
The Grassroots was the original band that he played with in the 60s.
So, again, he's taken what he did on The Office, but he continues to tour, and now he's a musician who's on the road. It's really impressive.
I love the way he's kind of manifested. We were both in the same episode of the Bernie Mac show. I don't think he had any lines. I played
wild.
an annoyed mother that was yelling at Bernie through the whole episode. But
well, let me ask you: Does the incredible popularity, even at this point, does that put the nail in the coffin of there not being a reunion? Or
I don't know.
Because
Steve,
it's a perennial question.
Dude, you got to ask Steve Carell. I mean, seriously, I feel like there's this sacredness to it that people don't want to ruin, and I kind of understand it.
Is he the Roger Waters of this whole thing?
I think so. But you know what? I'm going to bring him a case of ponies. Maybe I'll loosen them up, you guys. Come on. Who wants it? Hey.
Oh, my God.
No, I was impressed with how good The Office was even after Steve had left.
Yeah.
Right? Then that just goes to show what a great ensemble cast it was.
He was actually holding you guys back.
No, and what was great is I think the writers were really generous in making sure that everybody had something to give to
that's true. That's
the
true.
show.
Although I will say, I like the fact that Meredith did not. We didn't really change the chess match during the game because sometimes they kind of ruin characters.
Right.
And they start they start talking too much, and it's like you're not even funny anymore. You're giving all this exposition. I feel lucky that Meredith did not really go there.
No,
we
they
had
had
1 or 2 episodes where I talked a lot, but less is more. You guys, right?
They had the meter on you.
Same,
Yeah,
right?
it was absolutely great. So I love to see the. By the way, the outtakes of the series are just as great as the series.
A lot of deleted scenes.
A lot of deleted scenes.
Meredith. But you can watch them on Peacock. There's a lot of like super fan episodes that they plugged a lot of our old stuff. So it's like walking through a door through your, like you have an extra room in your house. You're like, what's happening?
It's tremendous. It's
so
awesome.
crazy. I don't know if you guys know this, but Melora Harden is doing Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
Who played Jan.
We had her on. We had her on to promote.
Yes,
She's awesome.
She
Yeah.
is awesome. I went to visit her at the ballroom.
Yeah, the
It was
episode.
nice to see everybody.
We talked about the episode that takes place at the house with the small
Of course,
TV.
the dinner party.
The dinner
The
party
best.
is
That's the best episode,
one of the
yeah.
absolute best.
Nice. Well, I want to remind you that Kate is going to be back in town, and that will be with Jane Lynch. It's a swinging little Christmas, and I've got it here as December 12th.
It is December 12th. Sorry,
City Winery in Delaware before that.
Wilmington, Delaware, December 2nd.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
a Sunday. Yeah. At the Grand Opera House.
Nice.
The Grand
Well,
Opera.
that'll be a lot of fun. It's so wonderful to see you. We're so
Dude,
glad
you
you're in
guys,
town for this.
nobody's having a pony. Nobody.
We can't.
They're cold.
We'll have our ponies later.
Have your pony later.
Yeah.
You guys are the greatest. And thank you for doing this. And you guys give what you can because it really does make a difference. And we're not just buying beer with the money, I swear.
Yes. Let's hear it for Kate Flannery, ladies and gentlemen. We love you.
I'm selling one.
We're going to take a break. We'll come back in a second. This is the Preston and Steve Camp Out for Hunger.